Hello everyone, welcome to the After Dark part of the podcast. I am joined with Sugar. Sugar, you made a big splash coming onto the scene in MSP with your first look, raising eyebrows, saying you weren't MSP enough for the community because you were drawing. Did these comments have any effect on you in the community? What did you think about these comments? Yes, at the time they did, and looking back I would have totally handled everything so much differently. The criticism I got helped me in the long run, and I honestly feel without them I probably wouldn't be as good as I am today with what I do. Also, it's crazy to see how far the community has come since me joining. I'm glad everyone's more accepting nowadays. I'd like to say I thought the comments were ridiculous, not only because you were and still are my friend, but because the community needed to be more inclusive at the time. Sugar, we have been friends for quite a while. We met in Asiato's Gotcha race, and you've had a big impact on my life. What is something I do that you cannot stand? I quite honestly don't know. Nothing you've done to trigger me has stuck out enough for me to remember, but I'll say that the oversharing always is probably something you should work on. No, you right, LMAO. I always am. An account in the community did an interview with MSPT Spill saying you were an underrated queen. How do you feel about this account saying that? Do you have any idea of who the account is? I don't think I'm underrated at all. I just don't post my looks, but even had I done so, I feel I'd get as much attention as other names on that list. Also, I've been puzzled as to who is behind the account for a while. When are we getting Sugar's Drag Race? We need it. You would be such a good host and judge because your honesty is literally the best. You are so good at critiquing. I don't think I'd ever host a drag race per se. I'd definitely love to host the top model competition one day, however, and I've talked about wanting to quite frequently. I just think at the moment it would be a big burden for me to carry, and I would want to give hosting my all, so that's a no-no. Oh well, I'm looking forward to hopefully something in the future. Here on the Baby Juice podcast, you get to take part in a new tradition where the queen I am interviewing gets to bop or flop 2 songs off my playlist. The 2 songs you get to bop or flop are Marilyn Monroe by Nicki Minaj and We're Good by Dua Lipa. Marilyn Monroe is definitely a bop, one of my favorites from Nicki, and We're Good I get the appeal of, but it's definitely not something I'd actively listen to, so I guess I'll bop it. Thank you, Sugar, for coming on the podcast. I'll be rooting for you on Swag's Drag Race. Thank you, Baby Juicy, for having me. It was a pleasure.